Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we are reacting to a video by Hoops Reference titled Ranking the Best Shooter from All 30 NBA Teams. So I actually made the thumbnail before this video. I was making a prediction, Luke could be number 1. Curry could be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got Blake Griffin, so I know it's per team. No, that wouldn't make sense, would it, man? I don't know, man. Here we go. Let's go ahead and jump on this video real quick, see what it's all about, and see what the best shooters are from your NBA team and how they rank against everybody else. Hoops Reference, man. Hoops Reference.
In today's NBA, shooting the basketball is more important than ever. The league has embraced the three-point line.
Look at him, mellow long twos he's taking, though.
Than any other era
he's taking mellow long twos.
And the focus for many teams' game plans comes from finding success from deep.
Unless you're the San Antonio Spurs, of course.
Abundance in the NBA today than ever before.
Traditional
so
Marcus Aldridge and
mid-range
DeRozan.
Of the best is still pretty difficult, which brings us to the topic of today's video. Today, we'll be taking the one best shooter from all 30 NBA teams and rank them from best to worst. This was one of the most difficult rankings I've made to date because it's incredibly difficult to compare number one options that are burdened with much heavier workloads.
That's a good point.
And often take more difficult three-point attempts off the dribble to players that are three-point specialists that often find most of their attempts in catch-and-shoot situations.
Well, if you're really good, you ain't gonna do wild from three, though, like JJ Redick.
As equally as I could, but by no means am I saying that it was an easy task. Before I get started, though, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as all support is very much appreciated. Now, with that being said, let's begin.
Okay.
Starting at the bottom,
Dillon
at
Brooks.
number 30, we have Dillon Brooks of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Is he a sharpshooter like that?
The Grizzlies honestly don't have many very good shooters on the roster this
season. They got Iguodala.
And Brooks leading the pack, while only being a slightly above average shooter on low volume, says all you need to know about this placement. At number 29, we have Nicolas Batum
I agree
of the
so
Charlotte
far.
Hornets. Just like the Grizzlies, the Hornets don't
I'll take
have
Malik
many
Monk,
shooters
though.
either, and Batum leads the way for them.
Maybe Scary
despite
Terry
shooting below league average from 3 in 4 of his last 5 seasons. At number 28,
Kevin Love at 28? Wow, is he falling? Wow. 28 for K Love, man. How the money has fallen. This thing used to be freaking automatic from behind the three.
Have Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow, man.
At his best, Love was an exceptional shooter, but last season he hovered around the league average mark. That, combined with the fact that he mostly relies upon catch-and-shoot opportunities, leaves him near the bottom.
Okay.
At number 27,
Wayne Ellington.
we have Wayne Ellington of
former
the New
Detroit
York
Piston.
Knicks.
You probably don't care.
In the NBA is as a three-point specialist.
I'm sorry, guys.
As over 80% of his shot attempts do come from beyond the arc, but year after year, his three-point percentage flips.
I'm a little pissed right now about my Detroit Pistons because I reacted to a video about Blake Griffin doing he was a secret cab driver, and freaking Red Bull copyrighted him, man. They didn't let me post it, so sorry about that.
Fluctuates between
a little salty at
average
the
to
moment.
above average, and plenty of other players can top
I drink
that.
Monster anyway.
At number 26, we
Red
have
Bull.
Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat.
Red bullshit.
The Heat roster is comprised of a ton of moderately inefficient volume shooters from deep.
What about Tyler
and because
Hero?
of it, Butler gets the nod.
Duncan
from the team for this
Robinson,
list.
that dude can splash,
He's never
man.
necessarily been more than an average shooter from 3, but his ability to create his own shot at a high level and knock down countless clutch shots.
Watch out for Duncan
gets him
Robinson.
On this list. At number 25,
Malcolm Brogdon.
we have Malcolm Brogdon of the Indiana Pacers. Brogdon's three-point percentage is incredibly impressive at 42.6%.
Wow, that's
but
really
his
high.
Lack of volume and reluctance to even attempt threes at times unless they're open looks holds him back from being ranked higher than others.
It's called being a
that have
smart
proven
player,
they
in my
can take
opinion.
And make more difficult looks at a higher volume.
That's called being a smart player.
At number 24, we have Bryn Forbes of the San Antonio Spurs. Forbes actually has the exact same three-point percentage as Brogdon, but what gives him the slight edge is the fact that he takes and makes more threes per game. At number 23, we have Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets. Murray is the go-to shot creator for the Nuggets off the dribble, meaning many of his attempts he gets from beyond the arc are those that he creates for himself. His percentage isn't necessarily comparable to those behind him, but his shot-making and creating ability in a bigger role within the offense can't go unaccounted for. At number 24,
yeah, what? Wait. This is a 12-minute video. We are 3 minutes and 56 seconds in. Why am I already seeing Luke Kennard's name? Like, I wasn't expecting that shit till the 11th minute, man. Why am I already seeing Luke Kennard number 22? This man is a 41% three-point shooter. This man is a 41% three-point shooter. He's playing with chucking ass Reggie and bricking Andre. Literally, teams are quadruple teaming Luke Kennard from 3, and he still splashes in their face because the team ain't got no other shooters outside Blake Griffin. So you got the one defender, man. See, you're thinking inside the box with Luke Kennard, man.
Luke Kennard of the Detroit Pistons. Kennard was drafted to be a shooter and so far has lived up to those expectations, especially near the end of last
41%.
season. He began to be
6
much
all-time
more
Detroit
heavily
history
featured in the
already.
offense, and his efficiency didn't waver at all. At number 21, we have Khris
You got Khris Middleton
of
over
the
him, though.
Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton was an all-star.
I actually like
last
Khris
year,
Middleton, I'm
is
sorry.
a valuable secondary scorer alongside Giannis, and also
That was called
a pretty good
misplaced
shooter.
anger, so.
The Bucks system is pretty balanced.
Did not mean that,
so
Chris.
his percentage from deep is slightly lower than you
I like how her
would
name
hope
starts
from
with a K.
someone of his caliber, though.
My name's Craig with a K,
At
so.
number 20, we have Tobias Harris
Toby?
of the Philadelphia
Toby?
76ers. If we were talking about Clippers Tobias, he would be much higher on this list, but after getting traded to Philly, he declined as a shooter trying to adjust to a new team. This season, he will likely have a much bigger role on the team and should get back to being comfortable, so after this year he could rise up the list, but for now, the way he finished hurts his case. At number 19, we have DJ Augustin of the Orlando...
You got DJ one game wonder Augustine at number 19 over Luke?
Magic.
Or Khris Middleton or
Augustin
Toby?
has been one of the most underrated shooters in the NBA throughout most of his career. Last season, he did a good job not only running the team's offense,
She was like
but knocking
0.3
down
a game.
42% of his threes as well.
0.3 a
At
game.
number 18,
Tricky
we
Trae,
have
okay.
Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks.
This dude can
Young
splash.
started very slowly shooting the ball in the pros, but as the season progressed, he showed exactly why he was drawing Steph Curry comparisons out of college. He has unlimited range, can pull up from
He's got a very
anywhere,
soft touch
and
on his
has
jump shot.
premier confidence. He will obviously need to improve his three-point percentage as time goes on, but his potential here is obvious. At number 17,
Kyle Lowry?
we have Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors. Lowry has been a high-volume three-point shot creator.
I was going to make a
for years
playoff
now,
joke, but I can't
but
do that
last
anymore
season,
now.
His percentage began to slip. While he may be on the decline as a player, he is still a highly reliable shooter.
He's kind of a thick boy, isn't he?
At number 16, we have Karl-Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Every year he's been in the league, he's steadily trusted his jumper
How many does he shoot a game?
He takes almost 5 attempts from 3
Look at that
per
dude play
game
defense with
and
freaking
makes
foam stick.
40% of them. And for a stretch big, that's awfully impressive. At number 15, we have Seth Curry of the Dallas Mavericks. His brother may get all the attention, but Seth is also quite the sharpshooter in the league. He shot a scorching 45%
Wow.
from deep last season.
That's crazy,
but the
actually.
reason he's not higher on this list is his lack of volume compared to
What's
others.
that family secret recipe?
At number 14, we have Otto Porter Jr. of the Chicago Bulls. Porter has shot over 40% from 3 for 3 straight seasons now, and is one of the top 3-and-D wing players in the league. As a spot-up shooter, he's lethal.
What's wrong
And
with his
after
left
being
eye? He's got like a
traded to the
dot
Bulls
on it.
Last season, his numbers skyrocketed, which could continue into next season.
Will
At
Chamberlain's
number
son,
13,
man.
we have Landry Shamet of the Los Angeles
Over
Clippers.
Lulu?
Shamet was the biggest surprise in last year's draft and immediately proved himself to be amongst the best.
That
in
is
the
a
league
sexy
at
jump
shooting
shot, man.
basketball.
Damn, look at
Being
that
able to
form.
learn
That's some
under
good-looking
JJ
form,
Redick
man.
for
Oh my
half the season
God.
definitely helped him translate to the league.
Look at that
because he
form.
displays
That's
a lot of
beautiful.
the same tendencies.
Brick.
At number 12, we have Danilo Gallinari of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You ain't gonna mention Andre Roberson? Okay.
Gallinari had a career year last season, averaging a career high in points, while also shooting the ball at a scorching hot 43% from deep. At number 11, we have
Bro, my
Kemba
dude got
Walker
tired of editing,
the
man. We got the
Boston
pictures
Celtics.
now, man.
Kemba's not necessarily
there we go,
a
there we go.
marksman by the traditional sense, but that's because his role on the team is much bigger than that. He's one of the best shot creators off the dribble, and the volume of threes he takes per game after creating those looks for himself definitely get taken into consideration for lists like this. Starting off the top
Joe
10
Pringles.
now, we have Joe Ingles of the Utah Jazz. Ingles is a vital part of the Jazz system, and his shooting opens up so many opportunities for those around him. Over the last 2 seasons, he's been taking about 6 threes per game, and he's made about 42% of those attempts.
That's fantastic numbers.
At number 9, we have Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards. Over his career, he's shot above 40% from 3 in 3 different seasons, and while his percentage has somewhat declined recently,
because John Wall's not out
he
there.
Stepped into a much larger role
No John
in the
Wall.
team's offense as the first
Kick it out on
option
the
over the last couple
drive
of
to
years
the
with
basket.
John Wall being out with injuries. At number 8, we have Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. Booker's percentages from deep might be the most deceiving in the entire NBA, because while the averages may only be around league average or slightly above it, he's been basically the only competent offensive shot creator on his team for his entire career. So the way defenses key in on him make most of his shots
who else you gonna put on that
more
list?
difficult than others. He's
Mikal
a deadly shooter
Bridges?
that can heat up at a moment's notice, and when the Suns hopefully add more firepower
Frank Kaminsky,
around
maybe.
him, we'll see that. At number 7, we have CJ McCollum
Is
of
CJ better at threes than Damian Lillard? Because I've seen Damian take some long ass threes, so maybe if he stepped in a few feet, he'd be the one on this list, not CJ.
the Portland Trailblazers. This choice was very difficult because both him and Lillard are terrific shooters, but CJ slightly gets the edge because he too is someone that initiates his own offense, takes and makes difficult shots, and still maintains a terrific percentage from deep. Dame is undoubtedly the better overall scorer, but I see CJ as the slightly better shooter. At
Fair
number
enough.
6, we have Danny Green of the Los
Yeah, he
Angeles
shot like
Lakers.
46% last
Green
year.
actually had the second highest three-point percentage in the league last season, and his shooting was a massive part of the Raptors' championship run. The Lakers desperately needed someone like him, and he was a big-time addition for them after missing out on Kawhi. At number 5, we have James Harden of the Houston Rockets.
Over PJ
Harden
Tucker?
takes three-point shots at a historic pace, taking 13 threes per game last season,
Oh my
which is
God.
the most anyone has ever taken
percentage
in a
was he?
season in the history of the NBA. He also made 37% of them, which,
Okay.
based on that kind of volume, is definitely impressive. Plus, when you take into account
I was thinking
that
him
pretty
or,
much every one of those
Eric
shot
Gordon,
attempts comes off the dribble or unassisted, it makes him a top-tier shooter, even if it's not in the traditional sense.
Fair enough.
At number 4, we have JJ Redick of the New Orleans Pelicans. Redick is one of the best shooters on the move the league has seen, and is much more than just a spot-up
I mean,
shooter.
Luke Kennard's younger,
In his
more
time in
athletic.
Los Angeles
He
and
basically JJ
Philadelphia,
Redick, a younger
he was
version.
one of the hardest workers off the ball,
Both with the
to
Duke
get open
also.
and make an unprecedented amount of threes off balance and contested. At number 3, we have
JoJo.
Joe Harris of the Brooklyn Nets.
He's more than a three-point
Harris
shooter,
was
though,
the
I'll tell you
NBA's
that.
leader in three-point percentage last season at a whopping 47%, and he also won the three-point contest. When it comes to players creating space on the wing,
So if he was the highest in threes, won the three-point contests, why is he not number 1? Like, I understand Curry's gonna be number 1 for this video, but I'm just saying, like, is this based off of all time? Because if that's the case, where's Kyle Korver at? But if you're basing off of last season, Joe Harris was the best three-point shooter. So therefore, for this list, I think he should be number 1.
he's up there with the best, but these two guys ahead of him slightly edge him out because of their larger roles on their teams, while also maintaining outstanding
Well, screw me
efficiency.
then.
At number 2, we have Buddy Hield
Buddy
of the
Hield.
Sacramento Kings. Hield took a massive leap last season as an overall player,
Yeah, he
but his
did. I
three-point
was happy for
percentage
him.
didn't waver a bit. He took 8 threes per game and still made 43% of them, all while averaging over 21 points per game. Since his arrival in Sacramento, he's been a big-time shot maker, and that should continue for years to come. And finally, at
Easy
number
enough
1
right
on
here.
this list, to no one's surprise, it's Steph Curry.
I was surprised.
Curry
I thought it was
is
Luke
the
Kennard. I made the
greatest
thumbnail
shooter
with
the
it.
league has
So
ever seen for years now.
I was surprised.
And I don't even feel like that needs any explanation. His spot is uncontested and is absolutely elite in this regard. And with that being said,
Alright, that is the end of the video. I mean, overall, I'm going to say it was straight up a good ranking. Like, yeah, I was disappointed with Luke's rating, but that's just me being a biased Piston fan. So hope you guys all enjoy. Check out Hoops Reference, link to his channel in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. and peace out. No, wait. Peace out, because it was a 3-point shooting video, man. Peace out, my friends.